Hello guys, good evening. As it's Friday and Indian market closing is done, so we'll shortlist our setups for next week and do our analysis for the next coming week, what all we need to trade. If you notice from last week to this week closing, many things has changed. Last week, many stocks we were on the sell side, most of it except the IT sector, TCS and all those stocks, except from those, many things were looking weak. But this week, especially from last 2 days, a lot of movement has happened and things look like that they have changed the momentum. So there are many stocks which are shortlisted and looking very strong, and they have a good potential to go up and are at a very good support areas. So we'll discuss all of those. First thing, we'll start with Nifty chart. So if you see Nifty, last week we were bearish because it was a strong engulfing at the resistance. But if you see, market went down a little, but it took a support here on this moving average. It took a support and then again it closed bullish. So there are two ways of looking at this thing is, one is what I can see, market has taken a support. It has done the breakout and it has taken a support and looks strongly bullish. Also moving average is coinciding, trend line is there and there's a candlestick confirmation. So it looks like a good confluence. Speaking about what we discussed last week was this trend line, right? So which was a strong resistance tested for the third time. So overall what you can interpret is the strong direction would be when market breaks on either of the side. If it breaks out on the upside, which has higher chances because this week momentum looks bullish. So if it continues with this momentum, it can break out this level. If not, let's say market goes up and again take a resistance here and falls from there. So what I'm trying to say, be very careful. Go with daily closings and see if market goes up and takes a resistance here and you see a rejection candle, then you can trade on both the side, basically selling at the resistance, buying at the support. Why I'm showing both the perspective, because it's a very strong support it has taken and this one is a very strong resistance if you see. So just keep that in consideration. Once this is broken, then definitely it would be a very good clarity in terms of trend, long-term trend. But in order to be bullish, if it has to be bullish, then it has to break out this resistance, which is very nearby. So it does not make sense to buy at the current price. Either you could have bought at the support, but if you haven't done that, either wait for it to do the pullback, then you can buy, or let it break out and then you can be on the buying side. So what my suggestion would be, keep checking your daily time frame and both the trend lines. This is my resistance. Once the market reaches here and again you see a rejection candle like a bearish pin bar or an engulfing or an evening star or something like that, then you can switch to selling, targeting till here. So you can trade on both the sides till the time this breakout is not happening. So that's about Nifty. Again, speaking about the similar thing, Bank Nifty also, if you see here, what we analyzed last week was on the basis of this trend line which we had, or a better way you can see just this closer one, double top formation or whatever you want to call it. Basically it's a decent resistance and there was a rejection on this candle. This week, yeah, again it has a very similar setup. See, this is the one. So market has come down, took this support and then again went up. So here if you see the situation, if the market would have closed above this area, right? Can you, I'll remove all this. If the market would have closed above the high of the previous week's candle or this candle, then there's no doubt it was a clear cut buy. But market closed exactly at the resistance again. So there are chances next week again you might see a red candle, right, which shows a bearish momentum. So what I'm trying to say here is another trend line what we also discussed last time was this, right? So this area is a very good resistance and this one is a support. So what I would suggest is, again, same what we discussed for Nifty, Bank Nifty also. Let it break out on the upside. Momentum is strongly on the buyer's side, I have no doubts, but what you need to remember, it has exactly stopped at a very strong resistance and this resistance is still respected till the time it's not broken. So once a breakout happens, then be on the buying side or buy at the support if you're bullish. I would say if you see any rejection on a higher, daily time frame or something to go down, then you can also sell for short term targeting till this support. So you can play in between the range till the time market is not breaking out. But just by seeing this candle, don't start buying at this current price. I would not suggest that, because it is at a very nearby resistance. Let it either break out or buy at the support would be my suggestion. So yeah, that's about Nifty and Bank Nifty. Now moving to charts, which I have shortlisted few of them. So starting with Bajaj Finance, I'm bullish on this on a very clear reason, because market has formed a very strong breakout pullback setup. If you see here, right, this was a resistance, market did a breakout, or you can say initially it was a swing high, market did a breakout of the swing high, and it got tested for the first time, and again it got tested. So it becomes a strong area of support and resistance. And also there's a candlestick confirmation, right? It's a bullish formation, and overall it looks like that it can continue the momentum. If you see the way the market has been moving in this particular chart, it has been like this only. If you see, market every time breaks the swing high, and that swing high gets tested again at the pullback, and market goes up. Same thing, it did a breakout and again it gets tested here. So it's expected that it can go further up, and it's a very good area to buy. Overall, a very bullish stock. Trend is on the upside. Same is with this stock. If you see, again, moving average is acting as a support. We can clearly see the breakout pullback setup. Breakout of the resistance, market has done a slight pullback. And then again a bullish engulfing, clearly indicating that the bullish momentum is still very strong and it looks to go up. So it overall looks like a good buy to me. IndusInd, if you see, last week we were on the bearish side. It was a dark cloud cover and we expected it to fall down. It did fell down also, if you see, till here. And but again it took the support of the moving average, and market from there went up. In last 2 days this bullish movement has happened. Like I said, everything has turned in last 2 days. So again, the stocks which were bearish last week are looking bullish this week, most of them. So if you see here, this stock, if I have to analyze one very strong thing, what I can see is this, right? Market has done the breakout and it is looking to do the pullback. And this is the area moving, both the moving averages are coinciding here. If you don't draw the trend line also, you can see both the moving averages are coinciding. Also you can draw the Fibonacci and see. So you need to draw Fibonacci in this case from low to high, because this looks like a swing high. And it is exactly rejecting 38.2 level, coinciding with two moving averages. So IndusInd Bank looks bullish to me. Now talking about SBI. So again, see, last week it was a bearish engulfing, showing momentum on the downside. It did went down for next 2-3 days, but in last 2 days it made a low and then just shot up. But what area it shot up also makes sense. First of all, what you have to see, it all the things took support and supported areas. If you see here, this was a support area, became a resistance, again a support, and moving averages also coinciding. Another thing what you can draw is your Fibonacci from low to high, and it's exactly rejecting 38.2, right? And there's a bullish confirmation. So this looks bullish. Again, market, if you have to talk about the resistance, there are chances that market can take a resistance somewhere around here. So once you buy it, then this will be your first resistance, so just be careful about it. So I would suggest buy once some pullback is done, and then you can target till here. Though not a very good risk to reward in this case. Now talking about Bajaj Auto. So Bajaj Auto, if you see, last week also it was looking like on a sell momentum. This week also it's like a very small indecisive candle, not a very strong confirmation. But why it is in the list is because it is still at a very strong resistance and not able to break the resistance. So you can keep that in check. But another thing what to notice is that market is constantly making highs, higher lows. right? So there is also a possibility that market can break out on the upside. So you just be careful about it. If you're trading this, just have a resistance. So that's why I wanted to discuss this stock, that sometimes market is at the resistance, but it also tells you another way of looking at it could be this also. See, this was a strong resistance, breakout, pullback, and market went up till here. So market is looking to play in between this range till the time breakout is not happening. So as it is at the resistance, you can sell, but this will be your target. And as in when you see a bullish candlestick, you can buy. This will happen till the time breakout is not happening. Next is Maruti. So this one stock, if you see, it's a Harami pattern. The last week was strong bearish candle, but again it closed bullish eventually. But where it is formed makes a huge difference. So this is the setup, which I can clearly notice. This you can extend it further also. So this was a strong support, became resistance, again became a support. So from here you can buy and you can target till here. See, I can see a parallel movement here. If you clone it, you can clearly see this angle is getting respected again and again. So if you buy here, this will be your first target. Maruti Suzuki looks strong, looks bullish. TCS last week also was bullish, but this week it did made a new low, but again it got rejected. So overall, if you see again what last week we discussed, it is at a very good area, and it's again respecting this area by this big rejection. So it looks like a strong buy. Same Wipro also is added in my list from IT segment. Why? Because it has rejected this area is what. Till last week it was a spinning top, that's why we were not sure. This week it's not a strong bullish body dominating candle, but again this wick represents that it's rejecting this area again. So overall there are high chances that market can go up from here. So Wipro looks bullish to me. Now Airtel, if you remember last week also we were bearish. There was a bullish, vertical move on the upside. So I was saying that vertical fall can happen up at least till half of it. So it's continuing the momentum and it's looking to fall down. So it can still fall down further. So if you have this stock, you can continue to hold on. HUL also, if you notice, it is still looking to come down, but overall, if you remember, we said it's a bullish stock. All it can come down till this area. Okay, you can expect the fall till this around. So if you're holding a sell, you can hold on till here. But if you want to buy it, look at this price somewhere around this area to buy this stock. ITC, yeah, this is a very good formation. This is a bullish pin bar, and where it has formed, this is one of the very good stock for this week is what I would consider. If you see where it's formed makes a huge difference. So you can draw your support levels like this. You can draw it like connecting from here also. Whatever you are able to identify better, you can draw it from there. But where it's forming at a very strong support and a proper rejection. So first target will be till here, till this moving average. So you can be on the buying side of ITC. It's a very good price to be on the buying side now. So looks like a good stock. Now coming to this sector where GAIL, NTPC. So all this sector has become strong this week. So if you see all the stocks, most of the stock in this sector is looking strong. See again a very strong bullish pin bar exactly at the support. See, you can extend this further, but it's a very neat trend line, and the area which it has formed makes a huge difference. Again, you can draw a long-term Fibonacci also. It might. So it's around 61.8. It's still playing below. It's not rejecting any level. So that is not solving much purpose. So you can not use it also, or you can use it to place the stop loss below 78.6. That's up to you. But overall, if you see the way this trend line is drawn, or another way of drawing the trend line could be this. So overall, if you see, it's a very strong support area, and you can be on the buying side of GAIL. Same is with NTPC. See, it's a market went down till here, exactly tested the support and got rejected, and buyers are currently in momentum. So you can clearly see a very strong trend line here, right? Very strong support, and it looks like a very good buy. Same is with IOC, Indian Oil Corporation. If you see, again, a small bullish candle, not as strong setup as NTPC and GAIL, but if you see where it has rejected makes a huge difference. So it's a very strong support, and if you see, it's more like a pattern which you can say as a piercing pattern or a harami pattern. So you can shows that momentum is slowly shifting towards the buying side. See this one also, it has clearly rejected the sellers and looks to go up. This moving average itself, there's no need to draw a trend line. This moving average itself is acting as a very strong support here. And if you have to draw a trend line, the best trend line to draw would be, you can draw it from here. See, this is the best trend line to draw. This initially was a resistance, became a support, and it has been getting tested. So overall looks like a very good buy. Next is Coal India. So if you see, many setups have become bullish, especially this sector has become strong this week. And this one also, if you notice, it's a very strong support. You can draw a channel. Also, instead of trend line, you can use a channel formation. I will just draw it here. So where you have a support as well as the resistance, so you can buy here, you can target somewhere around here, right? A complete rejection here. Same is with Hindalco. Hindalco, if you notice, it has taken a support here at the moving average and closed above, like a very bullish body dominating candle, breaking out this entire area. Right? So the breakout of a strong resistance has happened. So this is a breakout which confirms for buy. So now you can look to buy and target accordingly. So this looks like a very strong setup. Next is LNT. LNT also, see, it's a strong bullish pin bar, and where it is forming makes a huge difference. Again, if you draw this trend line, right? So this is the trend line which you can clearly see. Resistance turned into support, and it has been a very strong support and again got tested. See, a similar pattern was formed. Again, a same pattern is formed which is expected to go up. So this again looks like a very strong bullish formation. LNT, and yeah, that's about it. So if you see maximum of these stocks this week, we have a many things which has taken a support and are looking very strong. So good time to trade in cash market also. So go through this analysis and you have good opportunities to trade in the market. Not only in options futures but also in cash market in terms of investment perspective or long-term trading also, because there are many stocks which are looking bullish and has formed at the support. So yeah, that's about it for this week. You can trade on any of the, I would give preference the later what we have, these all stocks, all of them are looking really good. So you can choose any of those but trade as per your risk management, and make sure you have in mind, you have at least a mental stop loss, especially when you're trading in Indian market. If not, a proper stop loss is placed. Have a mental stop loss on a level if things are not working in your favor, where to come out. Make a strict note of your losses as well, that make sure that you're losing what you're supposed to lose, not just keep on holding and keep increasing your losses. If things are not working, if technically things are not working, just come out of the trade and start fresh next week. So that's it about this week analysis. Have very good opportunities. Please trade and have a good trading week, but trade with risk management. Thank you guys.